Welcome to another PDC Rewatch today. Delighted to be joined by Nathan Aspinall. Nathan, who has made the playoff finals for the Premier League. Not bad, eh?
No, not bad for my first year. No, I was very happy.
Was that sort of the goal at the start? I mean, obviously that's the goal, but was it a case of in your own head you thought, yeah, I can probably do this?
Yeah, I knew I was playing well enough to make the top four. Obviously then we had the break, so I didn't know I was going to come back. But yeah, definitely was. First thing was to make the second half of the Premier League. As soon as I made that, it was all eyes on the top four, and to finally make the top four after 16 grueling nights. I was dead happy.
Well, we're going to watch your game with Glen Durrant here. You're 4-1 up at the moment. Glenn sat on 167. You're about to leave 170.
Yeah.
At this point of the match, you know you only need a draw to qualify. Where are you at mentally?
I was just trying to stay focused. I knew Glenn's done it so many times in the Premier League. Even if he's been 3 or 4 legs behind, he's battled and he's got results. So I knew every leg I couldn't take for granted. He misses this 167 here, and I'm thinking, please take this out. It's a breaker throw, and I'm 2 away.
This is huge, though, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
4-1 up, knowing that you need 3 more legs to get through. Pop straight in. You must know.
I love the 170. It's. I think you can see it in my face there. I was kind of shocked that I actually hit it.
But it's business, though, isn't it? It's a look of your face was like, right, keep going.
Yeah, I think I'm one of them players, a bit like Gezi, that I give it quite a bit on stage. And to be fair, going into that game, my mentality was to try and stay as focused as possible throughout the whole game until I got the result, which will no doubt come to.
It's difficult, though, for Glenn, isn't it? Because he'd already qualified as well. An amazing achievement for Glenn to top the league. Only Taylor and Van Gerwen had done it before. So in his mind, I know obviously he wants to win, but is it more difficult for you playing against an opponent who's sort of, I'm not going to say relaxed, but already knows his fate's sealed?
Yeah, it can work 2 ways, really. Obviously, going into the game, because Gary lost, he knew he was top, and fair play, he'd been the best player throughout the Premier League, and he deserved that top spot. And I was looking at it thinking, well, he's either going to be really relaxed and absolutely tear me a new one, or he's going to be, looking forward to the next tournament because he's already done the job. And he did play well, but I just think I needed it more than him, and obviously took some good shots out, and he got me over the line.
You watch this now, right, and it's all been said and done, you know what happens, obviously, but you're 5-1 up here. You must, in your head, start dreaming of the 0-2 when you stood there playing.
Yeah, I was thinking, I knew I was playing really well, I was scoring really heavy, and Glenn wasn't scoring as well as me, so I knew as long as I didn't start making stupid mistakes or getting too far ahead, I knew I was going to win the game because I felt comfortable and I felt relaxed, and I played like that all the way through the game.
We're obviously at this point hoping to be at the O2 for the playoffs. There's no crowd there in Milton Keynes. We now know that won't be the case. Does that make a big difference to you?
No, not really. Obviously, I would love to have walked out the O2 in front of 10,000-15,000 people. Unfortunately, it's not to be. But I just love playing darts. I've made the final 4 in my first attempt. Just to be playing with these elite, God knows how many world titles I've got between them and me from Stockport, who just started. So I'm dead proud of myself to make the top 4, and I'm looking forward to it. And hopefully, I can go and get the job done.
That was a bit of a squeaky 3 there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But straight in.
Last start there, massive shot, and I know I'm now one leg away from, another milestone in my career. Still
the business look, still the face of, right, come on, get the job done, but we're getting closer and closer to that big release, aren't we?
Yeah, again, I've got to win 1 leg out of the next, 7?
Yeah.
In my head, I'm thinking, I've done this. Even if
It's interesting you say that, right? Because you hear all these sportsmen talk about it and they say, like the football analogy, it's 0-0, boys.
Yeah.
Well, you're saying there that I've done it.
I think the reason why I say that is because I didn't need to win the game.
Yeah.
So even though I knew the 7 legs got me through, it wasn't still winning the game.
Okay.
So if it came to that final double, it wasn't match over. If you see what I mean? So I might not have got the jitters at the end. But yeah, I felt I was playing well enough just to, even if it went all the way, I knew I had 1 good leg in me, and luckily it didn't go all the way, and I boxed it off earlier.
Getting closer and closer to the finish line here. One thing I just want to ask you about it, you haven't done it here, but I think you do it later in the game. I saw a few people talking about the sort of stutter you have sometimes. It's a re-grip issue, isn't it, rather than
a re-grip.
Oh.
I did say it in my interview during the Premier League. I have this nervous twitch in my eye.
Okay.
Everyone's been thinking it's a grip issue.
Okay.
It's my eye, it flickers, and it's really hard to, especially on a double. You imagine trying to stay focused on a segment, and
you just feel your eye go a little bit.
So I try and step back. It gets worse the more pressure I'm under. So it's something that I am going to...
You're unbelievably good at stopping though, because you get almost, and then you can stop yourself. It's quite an impressive skill.
It is, yeah. But as we're talking now, it's going a bit now, to be fair.
Well, I do make people nervous about that.
But now it's something I need to address. Probably something I'll look at sorting out in January.
Yeah. Okay. Well, here we go. Look, Glen, 127, 88.
Yeah, great shot to stay in it.
Fair play.
Yeah, great shot. But now this is the one I'm thinking, right, come on.
Your own throw.
You don't want to go. You don't want to get broke, and then he holds, and it's 6-4. Then it's a bit of squeaky bum time. Then, so I'm thinking, here, kick off well, put the pressure back on Glen, and a 140 to start. I'll take that every day of the week. You
walk back to the hockey or wait for Glen to throw, and in your head you're thinking, I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just thinking, please go in the 5.
It's true though, isn't it? There's no point in pretending. You're sitting there and go, please get 11.
Of course, yeah. You open, he kicks off with a 45 or even a 60. Then I can kick in and capitalise that. 58 there, you're thinking, oh dear.
So even though in your head you kind of know it's going to come, you must still be a bit nervous until you're over that line.
Yeah, of course. Again, I'm playing, a 3-time world champion and playing number 1 in the Premier League.
Yeah.
He's, and I said before, he's come back so many times.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, don't give him too many opportunities. Even if he has 1 or 2 opportunities, but that's it. I hit a great 1-3-6 there to put the pressure back on Glen. This is where you're praying now. You're thinking 45. Don't leave a finish.
Don't leave yourself anything.
6 starts at 1-6-7.
Yeah. 96, not bad.
So now I'm thinking, steady ton, give myself at least 2 darts at double, and I think I have a mare there actually.
You do.
If I remember correctly.
You do indeed. That 45 you were hoping for from Glen, you get yourself a 43 for yourself.
So even though...
So he's nicked the darts off you.
Yeah.
And again, you're really close, but of all the people you don't want to be giving a shot to like this at the moment, it's this man.
Yeah.
And then...
And again, you look at that dart there, that dart was perfect for the bull, and he's probably thinking at himself, so he's probably adjusted a little bit, which looking back now is quite happy.
So 1, 2, 4, I'll leave you with it.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, please, first start, even if it's not in the treble, just make sure you hit the 20, give yourself a shot. It goes, straight in. Big, I didn't even think about the treble 14, 1 dart, and just snuck in. I think you see the emotion now, buzzing, to say the least. I just made the top 4. I knew I'd done it then, and then I started being a little bit of a baby and apologising.
No, but that shows 2 sides of you, doesn't it? It shows the fact that you've come a long way and this means a hell of a lot to you, but it also shows that you have a great deal of respect for the man standing there as well. So whilst you might say it was a bit embarrassing to scream and then go back, you care.
Yeah, of course. I do give it a lot on stage, and all the players who know me, they know I don't do it to...
But look at that. It's brilliant. It's what sport's about.
Yeah, of course, yeah. And I don't think there's any probably player in the world who wants to succeed as much as I do in a game of darts. I work hard, made a lot of sacrifices, and that was just pure emotion. Obviously, I've got a lot of respect for Glen for what he's done in the game, and we're good pals off the stage as well. So I felt a bit wrong in the way I celebrated, but after the game, we sat down and he knew there was no malice there.
But you know what it's like as well to be not necessarily on the cusp of winning things, but on the cusp of losing everything, don't you? In terms of this sport, you know what it's like to be that close to going, do you know what? It's not worth it. Yeah. So when you get this close to achieving one of the greatest achievements in the sport, you deserve every moment you get like that.
Yeah, I think it's just another milestone in my short career already. I've done so much in the game in 2 years, and I think you'll see at the end of the game when I take the leg to win 8-2, pure, I was in tears because I've worked so hard for 8-9 years, sacrificed, missed birthdays, missed family things to achieve my dream, and at the moment I'm achieving everything I possibly can, and I'm just proud of myself, and it's going really well.
You obviously believe that you can do all sorts of things in this sport, but for it to happen so quickly after getting your tour card back. It must be just a dream come true.
Yeah, I always, even when I lost my card, I knew I was good enough to, probably wouldn't say to get to these heights so quick, but certainly to make a good living out of darts. And when I lost my card, it was kind of the kick I needed to realise, just because you've got a tour card doesn't mean you've made it. You need to still work hard, and that was the difference between this time and last time. Is I've still dedicated a lot of time to my game.
Yeah. At this point, are you, because you know it's done, are you nervous, or can you relax yet? How do you feel?
I'm probably the most relaxed in winning a game of darts ever, because I've won already in my head. And to be fair, I was thinking, right, we've missed this, Glenn, let me hit this double, let's walk off. You came top, I've made my final four.
Talk us through it then.
Oh, I was never missing, it's a great marker. But yeah, it was, I just wanted to hit that double, get the win, walk off, and I just couldn't wait to get on the phone to my family and friends, and it was a great achievement. I put them through the ringer for 2 weeks at home, and I think you'll see in a minute how much it meant to me. I think any of the other guys that have made the final four, obviously they've probably all been there before, but none of them reacted like this, because I believe they don't want it as much as me, and I don't think there's anyone in the world of darts that does want to succeed as much as me.
This must, just watching it back now, you must just feel, wow, that's me, I did that.
Yeah, no, it's an amazing feeling, how far I've come. Like I say, two years ago to that day it was, I was actually former manager up to quit darts. 2 years to the exact day I'd qualified to get in the final four, and it's an amazing achievement in my first go, and it doesn't stop there. Hopefully I can go all the way and win it.
Only sport can make you feel like this, though, eh?
It is, yeah. But that's why we love it. I love sport, whatever it is, darts, golf, football. The emotion in sport is what makes it so great, and I think just seeing that proves how good darts is.
Brilliant. Look, best of luck in the playoffs. It's been an amazing first year for you. Who knows, you might crown it off with a title.
I hope so, pal.
Top man, well done.
Cheers, thank you.